This is Papa Smurf. You're listening to Our Lifestyle, the podcast, with ODB and the Mayor.
This podcast is brought to you by Custom Car Show Productions, which includes 4 annual car and truck shows. Search Google or Facebook for more information on these CCSP events. Orange Beach Invasion, which is in Orange Beach, Alabama, mid-March. After Hours Car and Truck Show, Mobile, Alabama, mid-May. Scraping the Coast in Biloxi, Mississippi, each June. And Bayou Showdown, which is in Slidell, Louisiana. Again, search Google or Facebook for more information. Each of these shows are also available on Instagram. This is Our Lifestyle, the podcast, and we approve this message.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, come on. Get a little crazy. Get a little. I got money in my pocket. Get a little crazy. Get a little crazy. Get a little crazy. Get a little crazy.
Yo, it's Our Lifestyle, the podcast, episode 222. We swerved you guys. We said we weren't going to drop an episode this week, and we were like, we can't break the streak. We got to keep it going. Now, the one thing is, Biggity Mike the Mayor, he's out gallivanting around on another podcast this week. We, of course, approved that message, right? We got his employee binder updated, and I called upon the big homie. You guys know him. Heard from him recently, Jason Barbaglia, a.k.a. DJ Mays. What's going down, my brother?
Is this thing on? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is this thing on?
Love it, dude. How are you, bro?
Good, brother. I'm just living the life up here in St. Louis, and it's cold. End of story. I don't want to hear anything about how warm Florida is, cruising with the top down, going to the beach. I don't want to hear any of that crap today.
Cruising with the top down. That's the jam right there, ain't it, man? You know all about the jams. I wanted, dude, I was going to, rib you a little bit on the whole weather, but we've got kind of a short, compact show. We kind of said, hey, it's the big game this weekend. Many of you are going to be watching it, even if you're not a sports fan. So we're going to kind of go through this one and give you guys a few updates, and then boom, we're out. And then DJ Mays, I want to talk to you towards the end a little bit about what you got going on with the Twitch thing. You got a lot of momentum, so we love seeing it. And then we'll get any late updates from you on or for Relaxing in the Park, St. Louis, which is this May. So I just want to let everyone know that this overview of episode 222 is brought to you by our family at All Time Low Magazine. They are going to print, I'm hearing very soon, for the new issue. It's atlmagazine.com. Order an issue or subscribe. It's a homegrown magazine, bi-monthly. You guys know the real deal, atlmagazine.com. So DJ Mays, man, I know we synced up. It seems like just several weeks back, but what I wanted to do is kind of bring you back in the fold. Again, Mike's over. I think he's doing some audio with friends of ours over at Lowest Common Denominator, aka LCD podcast. Love what those guys are doing, but I wanted to kind of jump in right here with the scene updates, man, and just kind of see if there's anything that you've seen out there. I know I've seen a couple things like with the new street trucks, cover and whatnot, but anything that you've happened to run across this last week or so in social?
Man, I know it was a big deal. Speaking of street trucks, with the whole deal, they're going to go live again from LST like they did at Mini Nats back in April. And I know how well that whole deal went, which you were a part of, actually. So I'm hoping for the same kind of turnout for that. I hope everybody that's not able to go to LST is able to tune into that, at least catch some of the interviews and stuff that's going to go on. But I think it's super cool what they're doing, especially with, what's been going on for the past year. Just gives everybody the opportunity. Hey, look, if you're just not comfortable quite being around a whole bunch of people, at least you can kind of feel like you're there. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%, man. I'm glad you brought that up. I want to give a huge shout out to Jonathan Daniels and Tucker Harris. If you type in MACH on Instagram, more than likely you're going to see Mach 1 John Dog, and you're going to see Mach 1 Tuck. And, of course, they've got their Mach #1 media as well. But you're right, Jay. the reason I wanted to give them a shout out is they're also in the fold with Street Trucks. They do a lot of cool stuff for them, shooting features, of course, some video work and whatnot. But it's really a teamwork thing where you got the Mach 1 Tuck guys, you got Kristen DeCole and some of the cast of characters, and I'm just fortunate to be in that mix. It's going down, dude, on YouTube and Facebook. You know how they do, bro. I'm sure they're kind of using some of the similar stuff that you've even dabbled in with the different software and things.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's so much technology out there when it comes to doing this stuff, and I'm just catching a grasp of it. And I'm sure Kristen, Nicole, and all them at Street Trucks have either a little better handle on it or some more experienced people than what I am even dealing with it. So hopefully, whatever they bring to the table, I know it's going to be epic, because even as simple and basic as it was from mini nats, I mean, it got the information out. Everybody had a blast seeing it, and everybody that was around when it was happening was really cool too. So, at LST they're going to bring it, so I'm not even concerned with it. Yeah,
100%. And they've got some key partners that are going to be tied in with some of the kind of ads we'll be running. I know Brothers Truck Parts, Beltec, Airlift Performance, and then there's another manufacturing company. It's TRIQUE. They're also going to be in the fold, so pretty cool stuff. But, super excited about that. Now, one thing that I happen to see, speaking of Street Trucks, Jay, is Street Trucks Mag, their website. They've done a great job, streettrucksmag.com, of refreshing the content. A couple things I noticed is they recently announced the new F100s Builder's Guide. So they got the cover that they reveal on the site. It's there on streettrucksmag.com. They also have Da Outlaw, one of our favorite trucks. It's also online now with that under construction feature. How excited are you to see the actual? I know Brandon Burrell shot the feature at the Spark Show of Burrell images. I know we're super excited to see that come to print.
Oh yeah, I mean there was a number of us that were all kind of huddled around where all of this was taking place throughout the day there, and I don't think there's a one of us that's not excited to see how this is going to turn out. I love seeing the under construction, and it gives everybody the insides of how long it took and everything that it took to take that truck from one phase to another. And, Daryl's one of our homies, that, and we absolutely love him and the truck and his wife and the family and everybody. So, I'm excited for this thing to come on. I probably not as excited as he is. I know he's super, super stoked. And I know Brandon, we saw an idea of the pictures he was doing, and I know he's going to kill it. So I'm excited to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's one of those, for Daryl, it's almost a bittersweet thing. I mean, it went from one phase and now it's at the final phase and it's done. And what do you do now?
Yeah, what do you do, man? And I'm sure he's got some stuff up his sleeve. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better guy in the scene than someone like DP Daryl Poe, and then, of course, Nikki, realer than real deal Holyfield. She's holding it down, so great kinfolk right there. But the other thing that I had noticed was a lot of traction around Discovery Plus. So I would remind everyone, Jay, that with Monster Garage, with that reboot, we had that Alex Hu on recently. What a great guy. He talked a little bit about it, but we know Body Drop from Severed. He's featured there. You got Rob Rodell, of course, one of the OGs out there in Texas, at the center stage of some just cool stuff. So I would remind everyone that even if you maybe got a million streaming services like me and you're like, hey, I don't need one more, go out there. It's at least a week free, and you can stream back-to-back all these episodes. But I'd encourage you, man, this is the kind of stuff that we want to see in our scene. So show those executive heads that you appreciate the content by streaming it so we can kind of run those numbers up. But, Jay, other thing I saw, Randy Johnson, he, of course, got all those different brands in the truck scene. Great dude. He also looks like he picked up a new house, man. And I always get inspired by Randy and some of the stuff he's doing. Several times last year, I saw him at many shows around the country, including the Spark Show, Lone Star Throwdown, and several others. So really good dude, and always love seeing what he's up to, man. Yeah,
some of these guys really amaze me with some of the stuff that they can pull off. you brought up show updates, and I don't remember, and maybe I'm having a brain fart because that I'm just known for that because I'm bald and too much air gets to my head. But did you guys mention, or did anybody happen to catch the big announcement with Scraping the Coast last week? Something about mini trucks?
You know what? I was hoping you were going to cover that, man, because we did not cover it last week. I know Greg was kind of holding this close to the vest. And who better to share that update than you, DJ Mays, who's going to be DJing at Scraping the Coast the very last weekend in June, Biloxi, Mississippi. This is all you need to know. It's the weekend before July 4th weekend, so many of you are going to have some vacation time, some paid time off. Come on and gallivant on either up or down over to STC, also known as Scraping the Coast, there in Biloxi. So, Jay, why don't you lay it down like you always do?
Man, when Greg dropped this last, I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday, I think it was Thursday, whatever day it was, there is no doubt in my mind that he wants as many mini trucks to be at Scraping the Coast as possible, and that his roots are in mini trucks for sure, because he's putting it out there for the best of show to be one of those awesome surfboards that Felt Hand Fab does every year for him.
Mm-hmm.
But $500 cash to that winner. And this is the big part, because, not everybody's got that best of show vehicle. We know that. But we know that there's for sure 10 badass mini trucks that can take the top 10 mini trucks at Scraping the Coast, where you get an award and you get $100 cash back to you. So if you buy an inside spot, you're basically getting your registration back. If you buy an outside spot, you're getting your registration and then some back. Who wouldn't like to walk away from Scraping the Coast with an award and some cash in their pocket?
Dude, love the concepts that he comes up with. And we had the OG mini trucking section there last year was a hit. There were so many cool throwbacks. Man, we got a lot of good photos, real good photo op. Of course, you had inside, you got Viair. You have so many different vendors. It's one of the biggest, baddest shows you'll go to anywhere in the country, and we're proud to be kind of partnered with them. But to your point, dude, this is what he said on January 28th. This year at Scraping the Coast, we will be doing cash prizes for the top 10 mini trucks, as you mentioned, dude. So, think about it, mini trucks as well as who will be getting a cool award for $100 each. Man, you got to just bring out the trucks, as he mentioned. And Jay, dude, I'm super, super excited. I know you are as well, man.
And honestly, I'm on the main stage on Saturday at Scraping the Coast, and then on Sunday I'll be in the American Force booth. And so Freddie and I, DJ Gitlow, are flip-flopping. So basically he'll be in an American Force booth on Saturday and then on the main stage on Sunday. So it works out awesome. But last year, having the OG section kind of right in the area of the stage right there was perfect, because I was able to see all that, because I don't get a whole lot of chance to break away. So I'm hoping that something similar, and if not, just all the mini trucks line the area closest to the main stage, so that at least I've got really good scenery all day. And if I do get a chance to sneak away, at least I can go slap some hands with some people maybe I haven't met before.
Dude, that's it, man. And I love seeing you up there on the stage. I know DJ Gitlow is a friend of ours. He does a great job as well. Get a chance to go up there, chop it up, slap hands, and sometimes take a special request, maybe a little bit of tip deal on the side, and you get some G-Funk going, some Warren G. Dude, you got a nice cold beverage in your hand, and you realize there's no better place to be midsummer in the dirty South, Biloxi, Mississippi. And then, Jay, I don't want to rub this in. We sometimes get a little bit hot, and we're fiending for that Freon poisoning, as we call it, that air conditioning. So, you might have to get me up there, man, and just say, hey, yo, Jay, hit this button here. I'm going to run inside, man, get some Freon poisoning.
Well, yeah, I'm all for that. I would just tell you, look, just stand over and watch it for a little bit, and I'll go inside, and I'll run off the mare, and I'll just start doing crazy discounts inside, because of the Freon poison going to get to you after a little bit. So yeah. I'll just be like, what you need? I'm giving it away. What you want?
Yeah, what was that? Remember that African-American chick that was in all those memes? We're getting ready to drop, and we try to do one for LST each year. I got time for that. You know what I mean? So I hear you, man. Well, The only other one I was going to mention is our family, Eddie Gordy. He's on a warpath, I'm calling it. I'm also calling it the Mini Truckin Makeover. He's killing it with the Mazda. Can't wait to see it at Lone Star Throwdown. Great guy. Just really excited for what he's got. He's been hustling. One of your fellow Relaxed Atmosphere brothers. So these scene updates were brought to you by Hammered Weekend Wear. We'd highly encourage you visit HAMMERD weekendwear.com, or he's going to be at over 30 shows around the country this year. Visit the booth. Let Ron and Hank know that OLP sent you. Great people, good kinfolk. So, Jay, we're going to talk about some show updates, man. And before we kind of jump into a couple here and then talk a little bit about what you got going on, I wanted to just kind of ask for, these key updates are, why not kick it off with what you got going on with Relaxing in the park, St. Louis. I know you guys had 2 rough years, and you're looking to get back in the catbird seat. And what's the latest for the show?
Well, we just started pre-registration on Monday. So everybody, pre-registration stays open until May 2nd on that Sunday where we'll close it off. So you save yourself $10. Jump on for $30. Otherwise, you show up the day of the show, it's going to be $40. Probably not that big a deal to some people, but it's worth it in advance so at least you know you're covered. We, come hell or high water, are having this show this year. We have thought about different things and analyzed ideas and stuff, so we have some backup plans in place just in case. But I really think a lot of things are going to let go really good come March, April, and I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue with this. But I know, I haven't seen the club participation award that Gooch finished up for us, but I know for a fact he killed it because I don't think he knows how to do anything other than that. So I'm excited. That's going to be the keg that we're giving away for the best of show, and it's a traveling trophy. So every year, the club that wins it has to bring it back and then has to try to earn it back again. If you remember Indy Truck Bash days years ago, or ITB and import drags, or whatever you wanted to call it, where it was up in Indiana, it's similar to that kind of a deal. It's not truly a keg. It's actually a Fitz's root beer keg, but there's nothing in it, so don't get excited. We're not. Because if there was actually beer or root beer in it, it'd be pretty flat and nasty by now. But yeah, we got that. We'll have the best of show wrestling belt that we'll give away, and club games and everything else. So I mean, everything's on track. Everything's good. I'm not overly concerned. If we got to make a change, we'll make that change. But we are having this show this year.
Hells yeah, brother! And I know that. You've really ramped up the social media. What's the best couple of places to follow for the latest updates for Relaxing in the Park, St. Louis?
Facebook or Instagram, either one. Facebook, I'm on a little more than I am IG. As you know, we've had several conversations. I'm not necessarily the best with Instagram just yet, but yeah, those are the 2 easiest things. And we got our website too, relaxinginthepark.com. That's where you can do your pre-registration. That's where we'll have the link for the pre-order for the shirts when they start. Tony Moore, absolutely, without a doubt, the greatest guy and the best family in automotive apparel with Asphalt Army. He killed the flyer. He killed the design for the shirts. He'll be handling the pre-order, so when it comes time, everybody will know. You'll be going straight to him. And I keep telling everybody, when you see Tony at the show, just give him a little butt smack and tell him good game. You know what I mean? 'Cause he just absolutely does amazing all the time.
Yeah, if Mike Murray was there, he would do that because for some reason, he's not even out there playing football, but he loves doing those. I'm like, Mike, it's getting kind of weird, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But Tony Moore, great guy, absolutely. And love hearing those updates, man. A couple things. Again, this is kind of a condensed show because we were going to really kind of take a week off, but with the big game coming, we felt like we had to rock on this one. But the couple shows I just want to reinforce that if you can, Easter weekend, come on out to Niceville, Florida. We said it last year. Go on Google Maps now, type in Niceville, just how it sounds, and figure out what the drive's gonna be. We're gonna have an 80s and 90s award from Welch's Chop Shop for the best costume. So, come with some Run DMC chains, the Kangals, whatever you can come up with, Zach Morris, whatever's your deal. Just come on out, bring the mullets. Hell, we wanted to expand from the mullet contest, so it's Sparks in the Park 850 on Instagram. It's the first weekend in April, so April 2nd through the 4th, and that's going to be pretty awesome. Really looking forward to it. Now, of course, about 4 weeks later, we're going to be in Maggie Valley for Mini Truckin' Nats. We want to hopefully have Jason Bell on here in the next month or two to talk about the show. Many of you are excited about it, as we are. May to Steel is May 14th and 15th in Dover. That's a Friday, Saturday. It's on to rise. We love what Goat and Tank are doing. We're going to have the corn toss tournament going down. We're also going to have them on to talk about this event. But the cool thing is it's really kind of like a one-day show for the most part, with a huge pre-party Friday night with music, drinks, vendors, you name it. And then they got the $1 Million Row typically indoors in the Freon poisoning. Now, I say all that because I did forget one, JB, and that is our family over at Mini Truck Showdown. So,
oh yeah,
Mini Truck Showdown. So let me get these dates right here. So this always gets me. So if you follow Mini Truckin' Nats on Instagram, you will see that they've posted up. You basically got the 23rd through the 25th. Let me get this right. Maggie Valley, North Carolina, 23rd through the 25th in 2021, right? So it's back in April. 1 week after that is going to be Mini Truck Showdown, and that's where a lot of us are going to try to make it out to Las Vegas. I know Greg Miller's going out there, so that's going to be pretty cool. So we're going to have the homie on to talk about the event, but those few kind of in our line of sight are really what we're excited about. So we'll talk a little bit more about shows later in the episode, but these key show updates were brought to you by the West Coast Influence. We would highly encourage you to go to minitruckfilm.com. Don't just take our word for it. Order the West Coast Influence, which is the name of that mini truck documentary. Let them know that our lifestyle podcast sent you. Again, it's minitruckfilm.com. So, Jay, I wanted to kind of pause before we have to let you go here. I know you got a set that you're doing tonight. I've got a few other things I'll cover, but listen, man, we talked a little bit about it before. Give everyone the elevator pitch on why they need to go out to Twitch, download the app. It's on Apple TV. You can go on twitch.com or whatever it is, Twitch TV, and then you can download the app. But why should they download the app, and what are they missing out on if they haven't?
Well, for starters, it's free. So it doesn't cost you anything to do. You simply, whether you download the app or if you go online and put in twitch.tv, you set yourself up an account or a page or however you want to call it. You don't have to even do anything to it. You basically just sign up is all it is. And then you go on over, find DJ Mays Radio, and then click the little follow button. You'll get the notification on your phone or whatever device you're using to let you know when I go on. And every single Tuesday, Thursday, and typically Saturdays. This week, we're actually going to do Friday night because Saturday night, all my RA brothers and sisters here in Missouri and Illinois are all getting together for our annual party. But so on Saturday night I won't be on, but on Friday this week I will be. But normally it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And Tuesdays are a little more open format, just goofing around, having a good time early in the week. Thursdays is all throwback. So if you like old school hip hop, if you like Miami bass, we even throw in some classic rock jams or whatever. Waka from Southern Tradition has this Freebird thing going, and I can't get him away from it. And then Saturdays are typically just a house party. It's just a little bit of everything. We have a good time and stuff. But if anybody remembers Street Source, and I know some of the younger people may not have been around to see Street Source or maybe caught the tail end of it, but Street Source was a giant chat forum where we talk shows and builds and so on and so forth. And you can do the exact same thing here. The only difference is there's some cool things flying around in the background and there's a bunch of music playing. If you got a bunch of people over at the house, put it on the big screen TV. You got your app on there, or if you got, any kind of streaming service like a Fire Stick or something, you can add it that way. You've got entertainment going on, and you can have people a part of, your party or whatever you're doing from who knows where in the country kind of thing. Because we get all the crew from the Sparks show is amazing. They're always on there having fun. Dizzy is just being Dizzy. We know how he is. Yeah. So he's always doing some cool stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I think everybody in the chat has way more fun being a part of it than even what I do just by DJing. So, everybody throws in a request once in a while, and, we talk shows, and Eric from Graphic Disorder jumps in there. Brant once in a while is in there. Mini Garage Jeff, or Jizz Off as we call him.
Yeah.
And Ron's in there. Hank's in there once in a while. If Ron can get the bottle away from Hank long enough, usually he hangs for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, he's a rider, man. Yeah, it's a great vibe. You can just hang out. You can throw some tips around. There's all kinds of little things like bits you can buy, and you can throw some things, and they do. Why don't you just mention the what's the shots? Shot. You get all that going too, man.
Well, yeah, and typically Tuesday nights we call it a school night, so we don't typically do as much shots or drinking or whatever else. But Thursdays and Saturdays definitely do, or in this case this week Friday. So yeah, there's the longer you stay on there and you interact and you're a part of stuff and chat and whatever else, you earn at the bottom what they call channel points. So, or I think I've changed the name on mine to Maze points or something. So when you build up enough, you can highlight messages and you can change the different, they're actually called emotes or emoticons. We all call them, emojis or whatever you want to call them. But
right.
you can change the design or colors of them or whatever. And then if you get to 1,000 channel points, which a lot of people do on a regular basis, because I usually feel it the next day, there's one on there that you can redeem a shot. So you redeem 1,000 channel points and you post it up on there. I got to do a shot. Well, typically, and since we added that, there is several people that make sure that I do it. So if anything else, it becomes entertaining after a little bit, because sometimes we go a little over and things just get a little crazy and whatever. And then we usually go raid another DJ. We usually go invade somebody else as I'm wrapping up. But in all honesty, it's just a lot of fun. It started out as something totally fun and different to do because of the pandemic. And then first of the year kicked in and we're like, let's take this a little bit more serious and let's do something a little crazier. So, it's been a lot of fun, and I get a chance to interact with people that, even though I get to DJ a lot of shows, especially this year coming up, I don't always get to walk around and talk to everybody like it's Scraping the Coast last year. And until you or Mike came over, I didn't get the chance to see you guys at all. So, that it makes it hard for me to get out and see everybody. So this is a way for everybody to kind of communicate with me a little bit. And then hopefully later in the year, we get a chance to catch up if you come by the stage or wherever I might be. But it's free, guys. That's the key thing to remember. You can add a cost to it by doing certain things, and you'll see other people do it. And that's totally optional. You don't have to do that. It's just about hanging out and having a good time. It's something to do for, especially us in the wintertime up here who don't have palm trees and sunshine and beaches. And I'm not rubbing that into you or nothing.
Right.
Or even Texas folk or, Louisiana down there near the ocean stuff. We don't have that weather. It's cold up here. There's nothing else for us to do. And a lot of us just get lazy and we don't want to be in the garage either, because then we got to heat it up. So it's just something fun to do in the weekends and through the week. So, if anybody gets a minute, download it. It's worth it. It's a lot of fun. And if you don't have a lot of fun, you can delete it and never come back. That's all I'm going to tell you.
That ain't gonna happen.
The rest of us have fun.
Well, the good thing is many of you have iPhone or Android. I know Mike, I think, is still using a BlackBerry. I don't know how, but if you've got an iPhone or Android, you can
still got a flip phone.
Yeah. Well, he does, and he said he's got it for other reasons. He calls it something with a B, like a burn or something. I don't know what that means, but...
And hush.
Yeah.
I thought Hank told you about dropping info about his stuff.
Right. I know Hank's got the old V60, the old little flip deal. But
no, Hank's got a Zach Morris phone, so one of the old brick phones.
Dude, that thing's emitting so much shit that you're not supposed to have by your face. But the good thing is, many of you are on Android or iPhone. You can download Twitch. I even like having it, like if I'm here editing or I'm doing something, I can have it on the computer going in the background. Or if you got an iPhone, or Apple TV, I know I pretty much use that just to stream content, and you can download the app there, and that's awesome because you can have it up there. And of course, you can't really type on the Apple TV, But I've even had it some days where it's on the Apple TV and it's on the iPhone too. So, if I want to interact, I can type on the phone. And then don't forget the iPhone, if you're on the newer operating system, you could do picture-in-picture. So, Jay, I don't know if you remember this, but with iPhone, let's say I'm watching DJ Mays via DJ Mays Radio on Twitch. Well, then what I can do is, if I minimize that, it's in the corner of my device now if I got to flip over to my messages. Let's say I get a text. So the days of having to swipe and go in and out of the apps and stuff, you can kind of keep those on the screen. So you got a few ways to interact. But if nothing else, it's good. Come on in, introduce yourself if you want. If not, you can kind of remain silent and just chill. And it's a good time. Jay, dude, listen, I know you got a set tonight that you got to do. I wanted to ask before we kind of wrap up your segment here, and I'll cover a few more things. Not a lot, believe it or not. I just wanted to kind of see if there was anything else you wanted to share that was on your mind, homie.
No, I mean, I want to give a huge shout out to not only you and Mike, but so many other people that have tuned into Twitch over the past month or so. It's made it a hell of a lot more fun than even what it already is. And then, everybody remember, LST is around the corner, more mini trucks. If you need to buy something buy a ticket to get in, find a way to get a ticket, more mini trucks. Because at LST, they want more mini trucks.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of shows that are going on this year, and shows keep getting added on a regular basis, and we keep seeing the scene grow, and it's great, and we all love it. But the most important thing to remember is don't wait to get to a show that you've always wanted to go to. Start making those plans now, because especially after this past year, we saw with so many shows get postponed or canceled, or some shows are done and may not come back for a while, or who knows. Remember, none of these shows are possible without not only the vendors, but all the spectators and the participants. Get out to a show. Even if you don't have a vehicle to take, get out to a show, show that support, keep this whole lifestyle that we like, whether it's cars, trucks, bikes, golf carts, whatever, keep it growing. And it can only do that if you get out. I understand the year and I understand the situation and what's going on, but every chance you get an opportunity to go to a show, even if it's a local show, get out, because it's the only way these things can keep going. And the last thing we want to do is see any more go by the wayside because of low attendance or something like that. So get out and support. That's the big thing.
Hey, I love the message. Last thing, Jay, I don't think you mentioned it. DJ Magic Mike. Who doesn't know, if you grew up in our era? I remember in middle school walking around with the tape cassette player, and we had the Magic Mike, 20 Below, I think. Of course, bass is the name of the game, you name it. But how awesome is it that you've been able to kind of connect with him? He also jumps in the set. We jump in his as well. That's a guy, other than DJ Mays Radio, that I would suggest everyone follows, DJ Magic Mike. I get the alerts, and I'll be honest, man, I used to only go into yours. I have jumped into his a few times, and he really rocks it, bro.
Man, Magic Mike is, without a doubt, a down-to-earth, super nice guy. Him and his wife both, they jump in and out, especially on Thursdays because it's Throwback Thursday. And then, he's got a lot of other stuff going on too. And on he did a big 3,000 follower deal and started giving away T-shirts and whatever else. And I actually want a T-shirt. I'm just waiting for it to arrive, because as soon as it shows up, I'm going to wear it that night, or the next night I'm on Twitch, without a doubt. But, this is a guy a lot of us grew up listening to bass-wise and, late 80s, early 90s, so on and so forth. And I remember many, many, many tracks listening to him in my buddy's little extended cab 84 S10 that we had a 15-inch house speaker in, and, whatever else we could do, because we wanted bass. And this guy is the nicest guy in the world. He jumps in, he talks to everybody, he hangs out, and he's always doing something. He's always social. So if nothing else, when you get on Twitch, follow DJ Mays Radio, and then go over and look for DJ Magic Mike 01 and give him a follow and check out his stuff. He's usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and typically Fridays, depending if he has a gig or not. He's down there in Florida where, more stuff has opened up, I guess, than what it is up here. But again, another great dude. I'm glad you brought him up, because he has been super supportive and super helpful with me in getting this whole thing going. And he's just a genuine good dude. Him and his wife, both just good people.
Yeah, awesome. And Spotify, I know the last thing, and I'll let you go, I keep saying that, Spotify, what's the playlist that you got going, bro?
There's a mini trucking playlist that's on there. There's a rock list that I've started, and then after we came back from laying at the lake back in November, I started a hip hop playlist, which has more of the Colt Ford and the Savannah Dexters and that kind of stuff, or whatever. So I'm not totally into that yet. I'm still working on that one. But if you look for DJ Mays Radio on Spotify, the mini trucking playlist is the big one. There's over 350 songs on that playlist, old school, Miami bass, all that kind of stuff. And then, I think it's close to 400 likes on there now.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. If you get a second, go check it out. It's cool. It's easy cruising music. We keep adding new stuff. So if you happen to check it out and you think of something we need to add, shoot me a Facebook message or whatever else, and we'll get it added. So that way we can just keep that list growing.
Yeah, mini trucking all together as one word and then space playlist. You'll see it out there. Give them a like. Check it out. A lot of good music. Yo, DJ Mays, we appreciate you. I'm looking forward to the set this weekend. I'm going to have looks like a busy day on Saturday now, so hopefully I'll be back. Decent time to be able to crack one, get some ice cold iced tea, and sit back and enjoy the show, man. I really appreciate what you do. Many of us do. Stay on the rise and keep us posted on any updates, brother.
Absolutely. I appreciate your guys' support. And if you find Mike, if you talk to him again, I don't know if he fell off the reservation or if his burner phone wasn't working, whatever the case might be. But yeah, you guys have been a huge supporter since the day I started this whole thing back almost a year ago now. So I thank you guys and everybody else that's out there listening. Check it out, see what you think, and then at the same time, make sure you guys leave a review or a rating on whether it be Apple iTunes or whatever you're listening to the podcast here on. Because I know I started listening to this podcast, I guess number 49 is when I started listening to the podcast, around there, 48, 49. So I don't remember if it was Ruben or if it was Ron or whatever it was. But anyway, so you guys got an amazing thing going, and I'm glad I've had the opportunity to sync up with you guys and do as much as we've done together. So, keep this whole thing going. I appreciate the 2 seconds of fame that I get from you guys and everybody else out there. Seriously, you guys make this whole thing a whole lot of fun, and I'm going to keep going as long as you guys keep tuning in. And I think the same thing probably goes for you guys at the podcast. As long as you guys keep doing it, we're going to tune in. So
that's it, man. Well, dude, thanks for all the support. Go do your thing tonight, and good luck with your awesome set on Twitch, DJ Mays Radio.
Thanks, homie. We at you.
Have a good night, bro. Yo, so there we have it. DJ Mays wanted to kind of get that in, make sure everyone knows. It's a good time. Listen, man, not even pushing from an advertising standpoint, just that it's free, as he mentioned. My wife and I, and sometimes my son's in there playing some games, and we put it on and, get you a drink, do whatever you're doing, and it's free entertainment. If you got some friends over and you're chilling, it makes for a house party type environment because the music is great. DJ Mays, of course, chimes in a little bit here and there, so good stuff. Now, next, I want to talk about the podcast updates, and we've got some really, really, really good news here. The banners for Total Chaos we posted earlier this week, midweek, those arrived. They typically will come in shortly before the shirts, and Mike and Mrs. Mayer, let's be honest. I don't know. Mike's kind of just back there pulling the puppet strings, I think, right? In a good way, but in all seriousness, Shannon, Mrs. Mayer, she got all of those mailed out. So big ups to them. Of course, Mike has to take them over to the post office, and they came out amazing. Can't thank Eric at Hidden Hot Rod Art, which is under the graphic disorder umbrella. All of the team there for all the hard work. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, great banners. When's the other merch coming in? Well, my understanding, my intel is telling me that our merch is going to print about the same time that Mike's show shirts are going to print. So will they be shipped late this week? That's the hope. They arrive early next week. And then Mike and Mrs. Mayer will have to see if they'll have enough time to get those shipped out before they leave for Clearwater. The hope is that they will. But bottom line is we're very close to having those in hand. Now, we had two different stickers. So if you go on our lifestylepodcast.com, we've got the sticker that's the same as the rear artwork. It's pretty cool how it has the little bit of a graphic that comes above where it says Total Chaos. You could purchase one of those. Now, one comes with each pre-order. So if you pre-ordered 3 things, you're going to get 1 free sticker. If you pre-ordered a shirt, you'll get a free sticker. But if you want additional stickers, those are out there. And then we also started our Just the Truck or Just the Vehicle line of stickers, and that features all of the trucks and cars that have been in our gear. This includes the new Total Chaos. So you could basically pick up Just the Truck if you want to have those and kind of collect them or stick them on your fridge. Hell, anywhere in your shop. I love stickers, if you know me, and there's plenty of places to stick those things. So get your stickers and find them places to stick them. Once those are shipped, we'll let everyone know, obviously, once we receive them. And then, again, you'll receive a tracking number once they're shipped out. But we pretty much got the routine down, and big ups to Miggity Mike, the mayor, and Mrs. Mayor for what they do. Now, these podcast updates this week were brought to you by Get Decked. There's a guy over at Get Decked. He's a real good dude, Joey. And what I would tell you, if you're in the market for skate decks, custom skate decks, with artwork on them that maybe matches your show, your truck, you name it, reach out to the homie. What I noticed is really the best way to find information is go on Facebook and type in Get Decked, just how it sounds. You will see everything from Hometown Heroes, like top 25 awards, Southeast Mini Truck and Nats. Obviously excited about that show from Maggie Valley, North Carolina. And you also have some stuff he's done for us, which our skate decks sold out in record time. Combination of great work by Get Decked, coupled with the amazing artwork from Graphic Disorder, equals straight fire emoji, and that's what we're selling. Can't wait. We're going to have some exclusive skate decks at Lone Star Throwdown. Fingers crossed. I got my fingers crossed, Mike, that all that's going to work out. So looking forward to it. Come by the booth. You know where we're at, Lone Star Throwdown. If not, let us know. We will be posted up all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Super excited. Okay. Next, we got the Airhead Nation updates. And it's been a crazy week again at work, a lot going on, so I haven't been on social media as much as I had hoped. But we got to give a huge shout-out to Rickety Ron Perkins' daughter, Ashley. Speaking of Lone Star Throwdown, we met her at several shows, it seems like. I know when I was at Relaxin' Northwest, but she also made the trek to Lone Star Throwdown last year. This year, she's not 21 anymore. She just turned 22. Ron posted a cool photo. She was repping OLP. Love the shirt, Ashley. Good gal. And I tell you what, Ron, you got a great family up there. Super excited for you. You're going to be leaving here this coming Monday for this big, epic, long road trip, kind of U.S. tour. We're looking forward to it. But for now, Ashley gets all the glory. And big ups, Ashley. Happy belated Born Day, number deuce deuce. And the Airhead Nation update was brought to you by Garage Gear Clothing. We tell you all the time, but we want you to stop what you're doing right now. Go on YouTube, open that YouTube app on your phone or device that you're on, and search Garage Gear Clothing, okay? Here's a little bit of a tidbit for you. Their videos are not about garages, okay? Garage Gear Clothing is about embracing kind of that family lifestyle of mini trucks, full sizes, dualies, you name it. It's the entire culture. They have a little over about 3,500 subscribers on YouTube, and they've got plenty of videos. One of the last ones was Phil Built Designs. It was a cool little video of him putting together those epic awards for Lone Star Throwdown. And on top of that, that's the free stuff they offer. They're also on TikTok. And then if you want to show them some love, you can go on garagegearclothing.com, order some merch, let them know that OLP sent you. You never know if they'll throw in some extra stickers or whatnot. They are great people, Crystal, Lonnie, and family at garagegearclothing.com. All right, so keeping things short, we're going to skip a few of the normal segments this week. Again, kind of just throwing an episode at you guys that is a little bit is not on pace of what we normally do. And I want to cover what's trending in social media and say that the big game is this weekend. I hinted at it earlier, and I know a lot of people that probably listen to this podcast may not be sports fans, but you're probably going to be somewhere where it's on in the background. You're going to have people over, depending on your situation and, you know, the state that you live in, and do you want to have people over, whatever your deal is. It's going to be a good weekend. Now, here in the Tampa Bay area, we've got a lot going on. This week, my week will be a little disrupted because Thursday night, we are going out to the NFL Experience. And the cool thing is we were able to get free tickets, which is through the NFL app. Wife secured those shortly after those became available. And, Tampa has had a lot of Super Bowls. I remember, pretty much all of them since I was born. And I've taken part in some of those festivities when they kind of come into town. Now, of course, I've never been to the big game, nor do I ever intend to spend that much money on one ticket. But it's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things that are kind of decorated if you drive around the city, and we're super excited about it. That's going to be something that we'll talk about more next week in terms of the big game. Now, I know Mike. I know who he's rooting for. I'm going to have to go find my Priest Holmes jersey, or maybe a throwback, maybe a Montana Chiefs jersey, to kind of show my love for the team I'll be rooting for, the AFC this time. But with all due respect, it's a great thing for the Tampa Bay area, and I do appreciate that the NFL gave so many tickets to the healthcare workers out there. I think I would agree, or I think that many of you would agree with me, that there's not enough tickets to go around for all of the healthcare workers. No matter which way you feel about the situation that the world is in, they're the ones kind of out there on the front line and taking care of so many people. I know my in-laws, their neighbor, has went through a lot. He's a great guy. I worked with him a long time. Both of his parents had passed this past year, and it was a situation where he couldn't even say goodbye to them face-to-face. It's through walkie-talkies and iPads and things like that, and it is a tough situation that many are in. So this just wanted to kind of give a tip of the cap, if you will, to all of the healthcare workers out there. Might be one of you listening. I know our homie Mitch over at in Orlando. He's a good dude. He always checks in via text. He is undergroundstyles.us on Instagram. Really a cool page. He posts a lot of stuff. He's a healthcare worker. Many of you, as I said, could be as well. And then, of course, you've got your significant others, friends, family members, neighbors, you name it. So big ups to them, and thanks to the NFL for doing what they did. And whether it was a PR thing or whatever, I just appreciate the fact that they did it. Those tickets are going for a lot of money, and it's pretty cool that they did that. What's trending in social media is brought to you by Graphics Mafia. And I got to thank Graphics Mafia for all of the help that they've done for us. A lot of those die-cut stickers, I always forget what they're called, but they always have to take that little thing and kind of trim off all that. Is it called weeding? Right? They have to weed through all those. So Ryan and Buddy, if you're out there and you're looking to take your club maybe or business to the next level, hit up Graphics Mafia. They're great people. They're also at all of the Custom Car Show production events, so you can stop by their booth. Their line may be long, but they're very efficient. Buddy's got the best card reader out there, and he'll take care of you in no time. And, oh, by the way, Ryan's pretty good too, so big ups to our family. I think Ryan's going to be hitting some shows with us this year. He's a great kid. He's on the rise, and big ups to Graphics Mafia. So I mentioned earlier about shows. Again, there's a lot of different shows going down this year that we're excited about. But here's one thing I want to kind of end each show with, maybe for the next few months. Where are the next three places we're going to be, right? So where in the world will OLP be? Kind of a spinoff of where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, right? For you 80s, 90s, I forget when it was, but I remember seeing those on TV back in the day. But here's what we basically got. Orange Beach Invasion is really one of our title sponsors, and we're super excited about the event. It's March 13th through the 15th It's in Orange Beach, Alabama, and it's one of the best shows you'll ever go to. The thing that we love about it is the location. It is awesome. The wharf, the weather, you name it. The other thing is, we're going to talk more about this, there's a really good restaurant right around the corner. And it gets super busy. It's a breakfast spot. If you like Bloody Marys, they are awesome. They got a menu for Bloody Marys. They also have awesome, awesome food. We went there last year. We're going to be going back this year. And then, oh, by the way, the coffee spot that's right there on the Wharf main strip, they got awesome breakfast. They got awesome coffee. It's so awesome. We're super excited about this event. I know Aftermath is going to be coming hard. I know Big John Lopez is bringing kind of the whole brigade, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So we're super excited about that. But when you look at Mike's show, which is a week from now, the 13th here in Clearwater, 2 weeks after that, you're going to have LST. So we talked about that earlier, Conroe, Texas. Now, one thing I didn't mention is please stay posted to social media if you can't go. So some of you, let's be honest, you're not going to be able to make it to Conroe last weekend in February. But if you're on YouTube or Facebook, follow Street Trucks. If you're on YouTube, turn the bell notification on for Street Trucks. Trust me, they're doing some awesome stuff, and I am fortunate enough to be, as I mentioned earlier, a part of that opportunity. We're going to be live streaming from LST. It's going to be like an experience that you haven't experienced yet, if that makes sense. Go out, follow Street Trucks on social media. It's going to be awesome. Now, this will kind of round out where's the next three. So we got After Dark, we got Lone Star Throwdown, and of course we've got Relaxin' on the Ranch, which is the following weekend. So you got 3 out of 4 weekends we're going to be at shows, and Relaxin' on the Ranch is, I keep saying Lake Wales, which I think when I looked it up, it's technically Lake Wales. But if you follow Relaxin' on the Ranch via Instagram, and you look at their Instagram bio, it says it's at the West Gate Ranch. And if you click the link, it's going to take you to their site where you can pre-register. Now, if you look it up, the actual location of it, I think it's considered like the West, it's part of their property. All I know is I think it's right outside or right around Lake Wales, Florida. If you can come down, it's really a cool event. I think it's going to continue to grow. Mike was his favorite show last year. The camping aspect is awesome because, let's say 4 o'clock, you're like, man, I want to get back to camp, maybe make some food. Dude, it's a stone's throw. You jump in your ride, take your donk board, your long board, your bike, whatever you got, and you cruise right on over, and biggity boom, you're set to go. So we'll be camping out there this year. And again, those are the next 3 shows we're going to be at. And then if you count Orange Beach Invasion, you basically go, well, that's another week away. So then there you go. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 shows in a matter of 5 weeks. And I'm also hearing in February, the week before, or the week between Mike's show and Lone Star Throwdown, there's also going to be a mini truck thing, I think, here in the Tampa Bay area. So excited to learn a little bit more about that and cover that next week, hopefully, with everyone. But again, there's plenty to go around. I mean, this is everything from Clearwater to Conroe to Lake Wales to Alabama. So several different states will be there, will be representing. And then, of course, from there, you've got a ton of other shows. But I want to thank Made of Steel. I want to thank Sparks in the Park. And I want to thank Mini Truck Showdown for all of their support and kind of coming back and working with us very closely. We're looking forward to these awesome events, as we are with all of the custom car show production ordeals in 2021, and it's going to be awesome. So, again, quick show for the preliminary to the big game at the, as Chris Berman would say, the new Sombrero here at Ray J Stadium in the Tampa Bay area. But with that being said, thanks to Colorado Custom Wheels, thanks to Viair, and if we missed anything, we apologize, and we'll cover it next week. Get out there, stream your favorite podcast, stream your favorite content on YouTube, stream OLP, and rep the scene. Keep it 100, maybe 150. So, DB, stay on the rise. We out you.
crazy. I got money in my pocket.